Packer and Durham, if you haven't heard, presented by New York Life. We go down to the ATL. It's time to talk Yellow Jacket football. We got Friday kickoff. West Durham with the call. Jeff Collins front and center. I don't know how many outfits we'll see, but there'll be – I knew there'd be a new brand coming up. I knew there'd be something new. There's Coach right there. Coach, what's happening? How we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're good, man. I got the signed helmet back there, front and center, the 404 brand.
I see it. I love it.
Got your name all over it. So what are we wearing? This is new? What do we got?
Always something new. So in this day and age of name, image, and likeness, we got all the players on the team call me GC5. So we've made a little GC5 logo. And then right here, this is just a little soccer-inspired Atlanta United, Georgia Tech. We've got the 4 national championship stars above the crest for the 404, Georgia Institute of Technology. So we're just trying to represent the brand, represent the city, represent the culture.
I love it.
All right, we're going to go a little off track here at the top. I've been wanting to ask you about name, image, and likeness since this became a thing, and I knew you were coming on the show. Of all the guys who are probably more geared and prepared for name, image, and likeness, I can't think of anybody that has been thinking about this longer than maybe you have. So now that this has become a thing, what's the first thing in your mind about what NIL could mean to any program in the country, but especially yours?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing is just the student-athlete experience, making sure that all student-athletes across college football are well-positioned for life after the game. We think being here in the city of Atlanta, all the exposure that we have nationally with our brand, with being in the city, the culture, the music, the movie, the fashion that is in and around the city, and the way we promote our brand, the way we promote our players' brand. Even from when I was the head football coach at Temple, we were the first school to put social media names on the back of our players' jerseys during our second year spring game, and that was a big deal. We were the first school to have a brand manager in our program. We did that at Temple. We carried it over here to Georgia Tech. We have a content team that we consider the best in college football. We do so many different mechanisms to promote our players, to give them their own content so that they can build their brand on social media. There's so many different things that we do, and it's in our DNA. We're not having to force anything now that this new rule is about to come to pass. It is who we are. It's what we're about. It's what we believe in. Building our players' brands, the student-athlete experience, life after football at one of the top 4 academic schools in the country. It's a special time and a special place, and we're just excited to help our guys, help our players in this space.
All right, speaking of brand, how about Friday Night Football under the lights right there in the ATL? We're going to get some this week. I can't wait to watch you guys play. We'll have to be there with the call and so forth. So what can we expect with the Jackets? I know it's not going to be, crazy stuff because spring games are spring games. Sure. But for fans that got their feet up on a Friday night looking for some football, what are we going to see?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We've got a lot of returning production. I think we've got the top 2 production in the league, top 13, top 10 in the country returning production. We had the 8th ranked recruiting class, re-ranked by Bleacher Report, that played at a high level for us last season. They're all returning. The culture, all of those things. We've had a really good spring, a really good offseason with our head strength coach, Lou Corrala. We brought in 13 newcomers in January that have made a tremendous impact in this program, and they're going to get to see a lot of time tomorrow night or Friday night. Just really excited about that piece. It is going to be an offense versus defense kind of deal. Offense will be on the home sideline wearing the white unis, gold, white, gold. The defense is going to be on the visiting sideline wearing gold, blue, blue. So it's going to be an exciting time. Quarterbacks are in the color rush. Gold, gold, gold. But Friday night under the lights, downtown Atlanta. A lot of places do the Saturday afternoon thing, Saturday morning thing, but I just think the best venue in college sports is downtown Atlanta, 404, under the lights. There's not a better setting. Wesley Durham, Roddy Jones making the call. It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
I feel like I just saw a WWE promo. Something that we're going gold, 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 blue. So what's Coach wearing? I mean, you gave me every combination.
So
what are you wearing Friday?
So I've got a plan. It's
I knew that.
Really
I've got a plan. We know you got a plan. We know you got a plan.
I've got some custom GC5 kicks that are going to be sported Friday night. We'll reveal them at some point during the day. The coaches. I've micromanaged the coaches' outfit, so they'll be wearing the same top. They'll be wearing the same shorts, but they get to go freelance on the 3-stripe life kicks that they get to wear. So we're looking for some flavor on that front as well.
I love it.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
All right. On the field, you mentioned, without saying, but Jeff Sims and Jahmyr Gibbs, let's be honest, in terms of young, explosive talent in this league, there may be, I don't know if there's any more anticipated sophomore duo in anybody else's team offensively than what you've got at quarterback and running back. I mean, look, there are other teams that have guys that are sophomores, but you've got a battery of guys here that showed you flashes last year. Yep. Gibbs in particular, Jeff, was sensational. Sims, you could see it coming at times. What have you seen this spring that gives you hope for the fall, I guess?
Yeah, they've both had tremendous springs through the work ethic and the offseason, all those kind of things. My favorite thing about those two individuals, they are great players. They're going to be the future of this league, the future of college football, and even the present. But they are better young men than even they are as players. Who they are when they come in the building, the work ethic, the attention to detail, being really good teammates, being really good dudes in the program, being humble, working, having respect for everybody else's contribution. So it's not just that they're great players, they're great people too. And that's the part that gets you really excited. The other true freshman that played for us last year was Jordan Williams at right tackle, 6'6", 341. I'm going to try to stay away from the WWE inflections to illustrate how much we feel about Jordan Williams. But I think he's a dynamic player on the front as well.
Coach, I know Wes went right to the offense, but you know what? For me, I said this to Wes the other day on the show. For Georgia Tech to get to the next level defensively, you're going to have to be better. Now, the good news is you've got a ton of dudes back from a year ago, but that side of the ball has to be better this fall.
And that we stressed that the entire offseason, even since we got back in January. I felt at times, and I've said this publicly, and I've said it to our guys, at times last season, it was a collection of corners and a collection of safeties, really good players, but they weren't playing as one entire secondary. And you could almost say the same thing with the front as well. We'd have a collection of defensive ends, a collection of defensive tackles that would, make really good contributions in spurts. But we have to play as a complete defensive line, a complete secondary, and, we've got a transfer, Ace Ely, that came in from the Big Ten, who's made a tremendous impact as far as a leader, his intensity, his emotion, him connecting with our team and our culture, and really excited about what he's going to bring to kind of bring both of those, the front end and the back end together to play a really good part being an elite defense in this league.
All right, Jeff, you mentioned Ely as one of the transfers. I want to ask you about Kyrick McGowan because I know the grad transfer from Northwestern has already made a big impression on your football team at wide receiver. And can you lean on him to be a big piece of what you're going to do this fall?
Absolutely. He was such a big-time player at Northwestern. They played in the Big Ten championship game 2 of the last 3 years with him being a leader in the program. We've got a new commissioner in the ACC, Dr. Jim Phillips, and in our first conversation that he and I had together, he just raved about Kyrick McGowan, and that was even before he had arrived on campus with us, and just who he's been, his work ethic, his attention to detail, his impact in the receiver room. We've got Malachi Carter, we've got Adonis Sanders returning to play at a high level, and just the energy, the focus that he brings, and the multiplicity. I mean, I turn on the Big Ten championship game. He's playing receiver. He's playing running back. He's playing outside receiver, slot receiver, punt returner, kick returner, lead blocker in their Wildcat package. He was doing so much, and he's been able to do some exciting things for us in these last 13 practices.
By the way, on a totally separate note, what was your impression of the new commissioner, Jim Phillips?
Yeah, really liked him. He's been on a bunch of the ACC head coaches Zoom calls, and just excited for his vision for our league, and just really excited about him coming in and the impact that he's going to make for football and for all sports in the ACC.
Yeah, it's certainly football is going to be a big piece of it. I guess the head coaches can sense that too, can't they?
Absolutely. He's been on there a bunch, and I had really good dialogue, really good conversations. He's going to tour. I think he's touring every ACC campus, and just excited for him to come down to Atlanta and have really good conversations so we can help build this league, just like you guys do every day for us, promoting this league at a high level. It's going to be really, really good.
Coach, there's been some good mojo in the ATL in 21. I mean, I got the Pastner mask back here. He just won an ACC championship. Nell did an incredible job with the ladies. The volleyball team's been rocking and rolling. Baseball's been really good. It always is. You get a sense that you can feel. Again, you've always been a positive ball of enthusiasm. You just come in the room and, hey, let's go, boys. But it just does feel like there's a lot of good stuff happening in the ATL with Georgia Tech.
Yeah, absolutely. And a credit to Todd Stansberry and our whole athletic department, the vision, the direction, the support that we have across all levels and all sports. We had our women's basketball team out to practice yesterday, and they were awesome. They got to be there for 7-on-7. We had the fatheads rushing the quarterback during 7-on-7. We had team blitz, and the music is blaring. And then at the end, Nell Fortner, she is amazing. She went to our 404 GoPro camera setup that we have, and she danced with Wanye and got some good stuff that I'm sure she'll share on social media. But just positive, energetic, seeing big things for our program and our future across all levels and all sports. It's an exciting time to be here at Georgia Tech.
You guys need to have more fun. Y'all need to start having some fun.
Yeah,
the problem I worry about you guys down there in Atlanta is that everybody's just kind of walking around like a robot, no smiles. You guys need to loosen up a little bit down there in Atlanta. Just a little bit.
I'm with you, Pat.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, Packer. I'm going to show you this because I think Meg can get a shot of this. Packer had a cutout because he's a big San Francisco Giants fan, right? So Packer had a cutout last year out in the Bay Area when the Giants played their home games. And in fact, he marginalized, so he got some front row seat next to some kid cut out, okay? I think he stole another kid's seat, but nonetheless. Here's the deal. I know you got the fathead pass rushers.
Yep.
I need to see my man Packer as a pass rusher in practice at Georgia Tech. Done? Okay, good. That's all we need.
From your lips to my ears, Packer. Right to the equipment room. Roddy Jones has one, Wes. Wes Durham needs to have one. Packer needs to have one.
No, he doesn't.
Wes is good. Done within the next 12 minutes.
Let me tell you something.
No, Wes is good.
It's not a fat head. It's just fat. So, I'm not. I got a bad knee, and I can run to 40 in 3 days, Coach. So plan accordingly on that play.
Oh, man. All right. Always appreciate the time. Looking forward to Friday night. You look great. I hope your family's well, and excited to see you on Friday night at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all y'all do.